What's up everyone, welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm Yusuf, and in this video we're going to be going through section C, problem 3 from the SolidWorks Mock Exam. If you don't yet have yourself a copy of this exam, you can get it from the link in my description. So let's jump straight into it. Immediately we can see that we have some global variables. So we're going to head over to SolidWorks and put those in straight away. So head over to SolidWorks, manage equations, global variable for A. For part A we have 108, B we have 24, and C we have let's put on this side, 2.5. Hit OK. Oh, we have an error somewhere. Okay, that's sorted out. Let's just confirm. Yep. Okay, so all good. Now we can head back to our question. So we have a gear. We can see that we have 3 different heights, so 18, 16, and 14. We have the dimension given for a single tooth. Okay. So the hint is that the part can be built using only 3 features. You don't really have to follow that. I would rather go with what works efficiently as opposed to trying to fit everything into one feature and then having it break when you need to adjust the global variables. So let's get to it. We're going to start with a reference sketch. So the reference sketch is going to contain our diameters that we can pull through into our subsequent sketches. So first diameter is going to be the shaft diameter, which is going to be 16. Then we have another diameter of 28. We have another diameter of so the distance between these two is going to be equal to global variable C. Then we have, so I'm just going to put in a few and we can dimension them after. And then lastly, for our teeth, our overall diameter. Okay, so we have an overall diameter of global variable A. So again, remember to use that equal sign to keep the link even when changing global variables. So an outer diameter of A, then a tooth height of 6, a distance of 6.5, and again a value of C. So equal sign first, global variable C. Okay, looking good. Okay, so this is all our diameters. We can go ahead and confirm the sketch. Then we can start off with adding in our features. So there's a few ways you could tackle this problem. You could do the entire thing in one sketch and then cut away the steps that's required. I'm going to do it a little bit differently, where I extrude each height separately. So we're going to go to our front plane and we're going to convert all our diameters for the largest thickness. So we have those, and then we're going to add in our keyway. So the dimensions for our keyway is from the center to the top of the keyway is 10 millimeters. Then zooming in on this part, we have select midpoint, make those coincident, we have a dimension of 3 millimeters. Okay, then we can trim away what we don't need. And that is the extent of our 18 mil thickness. So we can go ahead and confirm the sketch. And we can go midplane and 18. And then to select the parts of our sketch that we want to extrude. So why we're using midplane is because if you look at our part is symmetrical about the center. So we have the teeth that have an even gap on both sides and a little step inwards that's an equal depth on both sides. So if we go from the midplane, when we extrude to our depths, we can extrude evenly, so it's symmetrical about the center. So that's what we're going to do here. So once we extrude our 18 mil thickness, this is what we get. Then we can do our center. So for our center, we're going to need this one and that one. Then we know that we have a center line here. And this center line is going to be offset in both directions. Ooh, not by 10. We can say equal to the other side. And we can set this side equal to C, which gives us C multiplied by 2 for the distance between the two lines. Then we just need to connect our endpoints to the correct places. Like so. And draw in some arcs. So when we pattern these arcs, they'll close off the shape so that we have an actual shape to extrude. So we can make that equal and make that equal. Okay, then we can pattern all of this. And we can pattern it 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 times. Back to SolidWorks. Go with 8 times. Okay. And we can connect these endpoints to where they need to go. Okay, so that's looking good. So you can either add in your fillets at this point or as a feature. I'm going to do it as a feature after the fact. So we can confirm this. We can extrude, again, midplane. So this is going to be 18 minus 1 minus 1, so 18 minus 2. We can confirm, and that's looking good. The last thing to add in would be our teeth. So our teeth have a flat on the top. So just beware that with the tooth profile, the overall diameter is given from the flat of the tooth on top to the flat on the tooth at the bottom. So, for example, you wouldn't use the endpoints on the overall diameter. What you would do is you'd set this tangent to that, like so. And then we can select midpoint and make that coincident. So that way we know that the top of one tooth to the bottom or the end face of the other tooth is the overall diameter that we have drawn up in our reference sketch. Then we're going to add in the contact faces of our tooth profile and add in an arc to close off the shape, like so. We have a distance across our tooth face of 4 millimeters. we have an angle between our contact faces of 40 degrees. And we know that these two need to be equal. Equal. There we go. Okay, and then we just need to set this equal to the reference sketch. Okay, so looking good. Now we can go ahead and sketch pattern our tooth profile. So we can't add in our equation here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some value, and then once we confirm the sketch, we can go back in and assign this to our global variable b. Hit the tick, confirm the sketch, and we can extrude the teeth. Again, midplane. This time it's going to be 18 minus 2, which is going to be 14. Minus 2 again, which gets us to 14. Hit the tick, and we are looking good. If you don't like the view of the sketches, which I personally don't, you can hide the sketch, which gives a much cleaner look. Okay, so then the last thing to do would be to add in our fillets. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our fillets. We know that our fillet dimension is 2 millimeter radius. And then we're going to select one and hover our mouse in the same place. We're going to go into this quick menu, and we're going to browse until we see the one that selects all our inner corners. So we know from the question that we need 32 of these. So heading back over to SolidWorks, you can see that we have 32 edges that are filleted at 2 millimeter radius. Hit the tick to confirm, and that completes our shape. So the last thing to do would be to edit our material. The material that we're going to be adding in is cast carbon steel with a density of 7,800. Hit apply and close. Okay, so it's looking good. Let's check our mass properties. We get 637.05. Heading over to our PDF, we get 636.48. So from this, we can see that our answer lies between 1% on the upper side. So we are good to go. Well done. Heading back to our question, we can move on to part B. So for part B, we have a few global variables. So let's update our global variables now. Manage equations. We're going to update this to be 112. Global variable B is going to be 28, and C is going to be 3. And we can confirm our model is going to update. Perfect. Head over to mass properties again. We get 719.92. Heading back to our PDF, 719.28. So again, well within 1% of our answer. So that would be correct. Well done. Going back to our question for part C, we have some global variables. Let's go ahead and add those into SolidWorks for our final part. So A changes to 128, B changes to 32, and C changes to 4. Hit enter and OK. Our model will update. Nice. Mass properties. We get 947.36 grams. Heading over to our PDF. For part C, we get 946.73. So again, we are well within the 1% deviation. So all those answers were correct. Hopefully you guys also had correct or close enough answers. Let me know what you got, and if you actually got exactly the answers shown in the question, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please consider subscribing. It really helps to keep me motivated and to continue making these kind of videos. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments. Positive, negative, I'd love to hear it all. It helps me to improve the content. And if you like this video, give it a like. And I hope to see you in the next video.